सर, ये दाग दाग उजाला, ये शब गजीदा शहर, वो इंतजार था जिसका, ये वो शहर तो नहीं। ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, यह सिर्फ एक बहस नहीं, यह सिर्फ एक बजट नहीं, यह एक जज्बा है, एक इरादा है, एक वादा है अपनी मिट्टी से, अपनी मां से, अपनी आवाम से। आज जब हम इन ग्रांट पर चर्चा कर रहे हैं तो सिर्फ आंखों से पढ़ी जाने वाली रिपोर्ट नहीं, दिल से महसूस की जाने वाली कहानी सुनाई जा रही है। ये कहानी सड़कों से जुड़ी उम्मीदों की है, कारीगर के हाथों से निकले हुनर की है, मजदूर के पसीने की, नौजवानों के सपनों की और जमीन की गोद से निकली दौलत की। ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, दिल ना उम्मीद तो नहीं, नाकाम ही तो हैं, लंबी है गम की शाम मगर शाम भी तो है। जो शहर कभी उजड़ा था, वो फिर से बसाया जाएगा। जो आवाज कभी दबाई गई थी, वो फिर से गूंजेगी। जो रियासत थी, वो फिर अपनी पहचान पाएगी। नया सवेरा आएगा, जरूर आएगा। ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, सुन लो, प्यार ना सुनो, आपको मैंने सुना, आप मुझे सुनो, चलो कोई। ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, मुझे पता है कि मेरा चेहरा इनको बहुत पसंद है, मेरी आवाज से इनको बहुत पसंद है, इसलिए बार बार बोलते हैं बीच में। मैं इनकी पसंद का आदमी हूँ, इसलिए बार बार बोलते हैं। ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, मैं ऑनरेबल एमएलएज का जिन्होंने इस चर्चा में हिस्सा लिया, मैं इनका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं, क्योंकि जो इनकी सजेशंस हैं ये मेरे लिए, मेरे डिपार्टमेंट के लिए काफ़ी काम आएंगी। और जो बात इन्होंने कही है ये सिर्फ इस हाउस के अंदर नहीं रहेगी, बल्कि हम इसको कागजों पे भी उतारेंगे, ये वादा इनसे रहा है। और आज काफ़ी सारे ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स हमारे यहाँ नहीं बोल सके, मैं उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप इन राइटिंग अपनी सजेशन हमें दें, उनकी भी हमारे लिए बड़ी वैल्यू रखती है। ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, इसके साथ साथ जिन ऑनरेबल्स ने कट मोशन लगाए थे उनको रिप्लाई मिली होगी, और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि उस रिप्लाई से ये सेटिस्फाइड होंगे। अगर कहीं गुंजाइश रही होगी तो मेरे से कभी भी वो बात कर सकते हैं, उसको दोबारा हम इसमें अपना जहां कहीं भी रोल अदा होगा अदा जरूर करेंगे। और मैं आज डिपार्टमेंट्स के ऊपर बोलने से पहले मैं जो ऑनरेबल एमएलएज हैं जिन्होंने कट मोशन लगाई हैं, मैं उनसे रिक्वेस्ट भी करूंगा और उम्मीद भी रखूंगा कि वो अपनी कट मोशन जो है वो वापस ले लेंगे।
चलिए
एक बोनस है। ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स, ऑनरेबल एमएलए जिन्होंने बोला, एक 31 ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स ने इस डिस्कशन में हिस्सा लिया। अगर आप कहें तो नाम मैं बोलूंगा, लेकिन फिर टाइम काफी हो जाएगा, इसलिए मैं उन सब की जो लिखा है, जिन्होंने बोला उनकी भी कदर, जिन्होंने नहीं बोला उनके लिए भी मेरे दिल में पूरी जगह है। कहता पीछे से पड़ा पता सब्र किया जाए। ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, मैं पब्लिक वर्क्स डिपार्टमेंट, रोड्स एंड ब्रिजेस आर द बैकबोन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक प्रोग्रेस एंड सोशल डेवलपमेंट। दे कनेक्ट पीपल टू opportunities, business to market, and villages to essential service like education and health care. The Public Works R&D Department in Jammu and Kashmir is entrusted with the immense responsibility of building and maintaining this lifeline. From remote habitation in the mountains to towns and cities, our efforts are focused on ensuring smooth, safe, and sustainable road connectivity across Jammu and Kashmir. Currently, the department maintains an extensive road network of 40,000 kilometers, and our priorities remain the same: to provide high-quality roads and connectivity to large unconnected villages. However, maintaining such vast infrastructure requires continuous investment and strategic planning. The department is making every possible efforts to ensure that the roads built with public funds stand the test of time. In 2025-26, we are targeting 4,000 kilometers of road blacktopping under various schemes such as PMGSY, Cities and Towns, CRIF, and NABARD, significantly improving travel conditions for the people of J&K. The department receives funding from three main sources: centrally sponsored schemes like PMGSY and CRIF, NABARD loan assistance, and UT sector funding for roads and bridges. Through PMGSY, which started in 2001, we have successfully connected 2,132 out of 2,140 identified villages, laying down 17,585 kilometers of roads and constructing 210 bridges at an investment of 10.939 crore. The remaining work will be completed by 2025-26 under PMGSY Phase 2 and Phase 3. We have upgraded 1,927 kilometers of roads and constructed 9 bridges, while the remaining 505 kilometers of roads and 64 bridges will be completed soon. To further strengthen road connectivity, the Government of India has approved PMGSY 4 2024-29, which will connect habitation with 250 plus population as per 2011 census. This includes special provision for tribal majority villages and aspirational districts. Better road access will bring schools, hospitals, and market closer to our people. Promoting economic and social transformation, a survey connected through advanced technology has identified 2,508 road alignments, and we are actively preparing detailed project reports to secure approval for over 1,000 new projects in 2025-26. However, land compensation remains a major challenge, and I urge Honorable MLAs to cooperate in resolving these issues for the benefit of the people. Under the CRI scheme, 294 projects worth 4,337 crore have been sanctioned by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, out of which 194 have been completed, including crucial road links like Kotranka Khwas Road, Magam Biru Road, and Thanabal Palgam Road. Several important bridges are also under construction, including the 2,000-meter bridge over River Chenab at Indri Patan Pargwal, a 270-meter bridge at Ramban, and 445-meter bridge over River Uj at Juthana. Given the limited funding under CRI, the department has not been able to propose fresh projects since 2018-19 and is currently focused on completing ongoing projects. NABARD remains an essential source of funding for rural roads and bridge construction. Currently, 1,098 projects are sanctioned under NABARD and 213 projects have already been completed in 2024-25. Marking the highest ever achievement for the department in a single year, I take this opportunity to appreciate our engineers for their tireless work and expect them to continue delivering results for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The magnification and resurfacing of roads remain a priority under UT sector funding. In 2024-25, we have already blacktopped 3,251 kilometers of roads, including 1,610 kilometers of roads in cities and towns, with a final target of 4,000 kilometers. Alongside roads, bridges are equally important for connectivity, and 153 bridges are under construction with a total cost of 569 crore. So far, 83 bridges have been completed, including the Gundbal footbridge in Srinagar, Akhal Bridge in Kangan, and Najwal Samba Bridge, with several others, including Kamarwadi Bridge in Srinagar, nearing completion. Winter snow clearance remains a crucial challenge in Jammu and Kashmir. The Mechanical and Hospital Directorate and PWD have successfully managed snow removal operations, ensuring roads remain open during harsh weather conditions. These efforts deserve appreciation, and we remain committed to further strengthening. The department is not only focusing on construction, but also implementing modern reforms to improve efficiency and quality. The introduction of an online management and payment system has enabled real-time project monitoring and direct contractor payments, reducing delays and increasing transparency. The J&K PWD Manual 2021 has been updated after several decades to include the latest engineering practices. The Road Maintenance Policy 2021 ensures timely upkeep, preventing early deterioration of roads. A two-tier quality control mechanism has been introduced for strict monitoring, and third-party inspections are now mandatory for all major projects. The mechanization and defect liability enforcement ensure that contractors are accountable for maintaining roads for a specific period after construction. Honorable Speaker, sir, Industry and Commerce. The Industry and Commerce Department is playing a key role in creating jobs and boosting business growth in Jammu and Kashmir. The department supports big industries and small businesses by providing financial help, land and infrastructure. The goal is to attract investment, encourage entrepreneurship, and make it easier for business to start and grow in J&K. Several institutions work under this department to promote trade, handicrafts, startup, and industrial development. This include the Directorate of Industry and Commerce, Handicrafts and Handloom Department, SIDCO, SICOP, JKDI, JKTPO, KVIB, and JKI, among others. Together, they are making J&K business-friendly region where industries can thrive, artisans can grow, and youth can find better job opportunities. Industrial growth and investments. To attract business, the government has introduced 14 policies and schemes that provide financial support, tax benefits, and land for industries. A major initiative, the new Central Sector Scheme, NCSS 2021, was launched with 28,400 crores to help industries set up and grow. This scheme offers investment incentives, tax relief, and interest support. The response has been positive. 971 industrial units have been approved, bringing in 10,471 crores of investment and creating 51,897 jobs. Jammu and Kashmir industry are mainly driven by small and medium enterprises which provide the higher employment in the region. There are 7.10 lakh SMEs in J&K, of which 4.47 lakh are registered on the Udyam portal. This sector contributes 8% to the economy of J&K and employs 90% of the people working in the industrial sector. Supporting SMEs further will help create more local jobs and boost economy. Expanding industrial estates and job creation. To provide more space for industry, the government is building 46 new industrial estates in addition to 64 existing ones. These estates will be ready from March 2025 onwards and will bring more business and jobs to J&K. Land for 15,924 additional industrial plots has also been identified for future development. Investment in industries is growing every year. In 2023-24, investment worth 3,389 crores were made, creating 1,46,317 jobs, which is a 57% increase from the previous year in 2024-25. 381 new units have been started production, adding 3,887 crores of investment and 10,715 more jobs. Over the last 5 years, 2,031 industrial units have been started operations, bringing in 10,516 crores and employing 65,982 people. The single window portal where businesses can apply for approval online has received 8,537 applications so far, proposing 1.69 lakh crores in investments and the potential to create 6.06 lakh jobs. Handloom and handicraft, supporting traditional arts. The handloom and handicraft sector is a backbone of J&K economy, employing 4.22 lakh artisans who have made world-famous products like Pashmina shawls, Kashmiri carpets, Basoli paintings, walnut wood carvings, and embroidery items. To protect and promote these crafts, the government has introduced QR code-based certification, allowing buyers to verify the authenticity of J&K handicrafts. 10 handicrafts, including Pashmina, Kani shawl, and Sonjani embroidery, have received the prestigious geographical indication GI tag. More 8 crafts are in pipeline, and 11 new crafts are set to be registered in 2025 and 26. Exports of J&K handicrafts have doubled post-COVID. In 2023-24, exports crossed 1,162 crores compared to 563 crores in 2021-22. J&K has also improved its national export promotion index, ranking from 35th in 2020 to 17th in 2022, showing strong growth in trade and business. Startup growth and entrepreneurship support. J&K startup ecosystem is booming, with the number of registered startups growing from 237 in 2020 to 1,011 today, a 326% increase. Out of these, 373 startups are led by women. Additionally, over 1,600 startups have been registered with EDI. Many startups are now receiving funding from investors, proving the strength and potential of local entrepreneurs. The new startup policy 2024-27, launched in February 2024, provides seed funding, venture capital, patent assistance, mentorship, and infrastructure support to new business. A 250 crore venture capital fund has been set up, with 25 crore initially infused by the government to support startup growth. Major infrastructure and trade promotion incentives. The PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan is helping J&K improve infrastructure planning. J&K ranks 3rd in the country for mapping infrastructure data on the national platform, making it easier to plan new roads, industries, and projects efficiently. 50 projects worth over rupees 3,000 crores have already been mapped. Under the RAMP scheme, supported by the World Bank, 305 crores have been set aside to help small businesses grow, improve digital financing, and market local products. The government has also approved 2 PM Ekta Unity Malls, one in Srinagar, 130 crores, and one in Jammu, 125 crores, where J&K's handicrafts and products will be sold under one roof, making businesses easier and generating more jobs. J&K is the first to fully integrate its single window portal with national single window system, allowing business to get approvals faster under the Business Reform Action Plan 2022. J&K achieved 97% compliance, making it one of the top performers in India. The incentive calculator on the J&K single window portal has been recognized as the best practice by the Government of India in 2023-24. The PM Vishkarma scheme, launched in September 2023, is supporting artisans and crafts people by providing craft training stipends and toolkits. J&K ranks 7th in registrations and 3rd for training assessments at the national level under this scheme. Honorable Speaker, sir, the Industry and Commerce Department is working tirelessly to boost industrial growth, encourage startups, promote handicrafts, and attract investments in Jammu and Kashmir. With the new industrial estate policy incentives, infrastructure improvements, and financial support for businesses, the department is creating thousands of new jobs and making J&K a leading business destination. The goal of Umar Abdullah government is clear: to strengthen industries, empower artisans, and provide better employment opportunities for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Through these efforts, J&K is set to become a hub for trade, investment, and innovation. Because थोड़ा AC नहीं चल रहा कोई गर्मी. Honorable Speaker, sir, Mining Department. The Mining Department of Jammu and Kashmir plays a pivotal role in regulating and managing the extraction of minerals resources in a scientific and sustainable manner. It is responsible for granting mining leases, ensuring environmental safeguards, preventing illegal mining, and promoting responsible mining practices that contribute to the economy while maintaining ecological balance. The department formulates policies and implements laws to ensure that mineral resources are utilized efficiently without causing harm to the environment. One of the key functions of the department is to issue mining lease, quarry license, and permits through a fair and transparent process. This not only ensures systematic extraction but also generates significant revenue through royalties, taxes, and other related fees. Additionally, the department plays a crucial role in curbing illegal mining activities by working in coordination with the law enforcement agencies and implementing strict penalties for violators under the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act 1957. The government remains firm in its commitment to preventing unauthorized extractions and ensuring that mining operations adhere to legal and environmental guidelines. Jammu and Kashmir is rich with abundant material resources such as limestone, gypsum, bauxite, marble, granite, silica sand, clay, fire, lignite, and dolomite. These minerals are vital for various industries including cement production, construction, fertilizers, and aluminum manufacturing. The availability of these resources support infrastructural development by ensuring a steady supply of essential raw material like sand, gravel, and stone aggregates. To improve governance in the mining sector, the government has introduced several key reforms. The implementation of an e-auction system has made the allocation of mining blocks more transparent and competitive. Additionally, procedural reforms under the Ease of Doing Business initiatives have been simplified the process of obtaining mining lease and approvals, making it easier for businesses and entrepreneurs to participate in legal mining activities. The government has also placed significant emphasis on encouraging local industries and small-scale mining operations, thereby creating employment opportunities and boosting economic growth. Environmental compliance remains a top priority, with strict regulations in place to mitigate the impact of mining on forests, rivers, and biodiversity. Despite these efforts, the mining sector faces several challenges. Illegal mining continues to be a major concern, leading to environmental degradations, deforestation, riverbed erosion, and habitat destruction. The difficult terrain and lack of proper infrastructure in certain areas further complicate the transportation and monitoring of mining activities. However, the government is addressing this issue by integrating modern technology into sector. Advanced surveillance techniques, including drone monitoring, GPS tracking, and real-time digital supervision, are being employed to curb illegal activities and promote responsible mining. To tackle the issue of illegal mining, the government has established multi-departmental district-level task force cells headed by Deputy Commissioner with District SSP key members. These task forces work on the ground to monitor and prevent unauthorized mining activities. Additionally, division-level flying squads have been created to conduct surprise inspections and enforce legal measures the penalties for legal mining have been made stringent, with fast time of offenders being fined 10 times the cost of the mineral extracted legally, along with additional fines and royalties. For repeat offenders, the penalty increases, and seized vehicles or machinery used in illegal mining are held for at least 7 days before release. The department has made substantial progress in formalizing mining activities so far. 202 mining leases have been granted through a e-action, while 8 leases have been allocated to public sector undertaking JKPCC and JK Minerals. Additionally, 6 mining leases have been sanctioned on private lands, along with 3 quarry licenses on private properties, 1 cluster quarry on state land. A total of 23 quarry licenses have also been issued for government projects. To meet the demand for construction materials, the department has provided short-term and disposal permits to government companies and traditional communities engaged in customary mining. The strict zero-tolerance policy has been adopted against corruption and misconduct within the mining sector. The recent action disciplinary proceedings have been initiated against government officials found negligent to curb illegal mining. The Joint Director of Geology and Mining Jammu and the District Mining Officer Udhampur have been removed from their position following adverse reports, while the District Mineral Officer Kathua has been suspended. Such decisive action send a clear message that no individual, whether from the administration or the private sector, will be allowed to undermine the law. The government has also intensified its crackdown in illegal mining operation. In 2024 alone, 4,040 vehicles and machines involved in illegal extractions were seized, and 153 FIR were registered against offenders. As a result of these strict measures, 10.12 crores have been collected in penalties, further reinforcing administration's commitment to eliminating illegal mining and ensuring compliance with the environmental laws. A significant step toward enhancing surveillance is the upcoming mine surveillance system developed in collaboration with BICAG. This system, successfully implemented in other states for major minerals, is now being customized for the unique requirement of Jammu and Kashmir to strengthen real-time monitoring. The department also intensified efforts to boost revenue generation through auction of mine and mineral blocks. Jammu and Kashmir Environmental Impact Assessment Authority has already approved district survey reports in 9 districts, while reports for the remaining districts are under review and will soon be submitted for approval. These steps will ensure the proper regulation of mining operation while safeguarding environmental interest. Honorable Speaker, Umar Abdullah government firmly believes that economic progress must go hand in hand with environmental sustainability and community well-being. We are committed to striking a balance between ensuring the availability of essential construction material at reasonable prices and protecting the rights and tradition of local communities. At the same time, preserving our ecological heritage remains a top priority. By taking this bold step, we aim to establish Jammu and Kashmir mining sector as a model of transparency, efficiency and sustainability. Umar Abdullah government will continue to work towards strengthening this sector, a pillar of economic reliance, while ensuring that our natural resources are utilized responsibly and preserved for future generations. Honorable Speaker, sir, labor and employment. यार कोई एसी लगाया है, इसको लगाओ पैसे। 6 साल तो पढ़ा भी तो सब्र किया हमने। Honorable Speaker, sir, Law and Employment Department of Jammu and Kashmir government is working towards ensuring social security for workers, resolving labor disputes fairly, preventing child labor, and enhancing employment opportunities. In both the public and private sector, the department is committed to providing better job opportunities, self-employment guidance, and skill development programs, so that the youth of J&K can become self-reliant and contribute to the overall economic growth of J&K. Employment sector, the government is focused on addressing unemployment, which remains a major challenge due to the limited presence of large industry in J&K. Currently, 3.77 lakh unemployed youth are registered with District Employment and Counseling Center to provide better career opportunities. The department is engaged in the registration of unemployed individuals, career counseling, coaching, job awareness, fair and skill development training. A new initiative, Mission Yuva Udyami Vikas Abhiyan, is set to be launched to support young entrepreneurs and create employment opportunities. Recognizing the importance of entrepreneurship, the government has planned Mission Yuva, a landmark initiative that aims to create 1.37 lakh new enterprises and generate 4.5 lakh jobs over 5 years. This program will help young people establish their own businesses, enhance their skill and contribute to the local economy. To ensure its success, a detailed survey was conducted across J&K covering 3.64 lakh households and 1.1 crore individuals. Using a tech-enabled approach, the finding will help in identifying potential entrepreneurs, understanding skill gaps and designing better training program. In the upcoming financial year, 27,400 new enterprises are expected to be created, generating 85,000 jobs. Apart from entrepreneurship, skill development programs are being expanded. The department offers oriented training courses such as office automation, financial accounting, using Tally and other industry-relevant programs. Currently, 20 batches of such training are running across J&K, and for the next year, 1,080 candidates will be trained under these programs. Job Fair also regularly organizes a connect job seekers with employers. In the current financial year, 56 job fairs have been conducted, providing 1,230 direct placements and shortlisting of 5,014 youth for training. Labor sector. The Labor Department is responsible for protecting workers' rights, ensuring fair wages and maintaining industrial harmony between employers and workers. The department resolves labor disputes, promotes social security scheme and ensures strict enforcement of labor laws. Over the years, the department has worked towards speedy resolution of cases, ensuring that workers receive justice without delays. Efforts are also being made to educate workers about their rights through awareness programs using newspapers, social media, and public outreach. A key focus area in linking workers with social security schemes of both the central and state governments, the department has made actively promoting insurance schemes, pension benefits and welfare programs. For laborers to improve their financial security, the government is also working on amending outdated labor laws to align with the ease of doing business guidelines, making the regulatory process simpler and more efficient. The J&K Building and Other Construction Workers Welfare Board was established to protect the right of construction workers, ensure their safety, and provide financial assistance for their well-being. The board runs several welfare schemes offering financial support in cases of accidents, chronic disease, disabilities, education, marriage, and maternity benefits. The financial assistance provided include 5 lakh for accidental death, 2 lakh for natural death, 4.5 lakh for permanent disability, 1.5 lakh for chronic diseases, and up to 48,000 for educational support. Additionally, 50,000 is given for marriage assistance and 5,000 for maternity support. During February 2025 alone, 4,236 new workers were registered under the board, and in the current financial year, 44,988 workers have been added. A total of 5,903.25 lakh has been disbursed to 70,323 beneficiaries under various welfare schemes. The board ensures all payments are made through the direct benefit transfer DBT mode, ensuring transparency and efficiency. Ongoing and upcoming initiatives, the government is actively working on infrastructure development for the Labour and Employment Department. The construction of Labour Sarai in Rajouri is nearing completion with 52.53 lakh already spent out of the total 91.27 lakh. The employment complex at Bamina, Srinagar, being built at 1,030.30 lakh is expected to be handed over by the end of this financial year. Additionally, the District Employment and Counseling Center in Anantnag, which is being built at 491.24 lakh, is set to be completed by March 2026. A 24/7 helpline named Sharm Mitra is being set up in Jammu and Kashmir to address workers' grievances. Additionally, the night shelter Labour Sarai project is being developed in Badgam, Anantnag and Pulwama, where land has already been identified and construction will begin soon. New digital and skill development initiatives, the National Career Service, Model Career Centers, MCCAs have been established in 13 districts to provide job counseling, career guidance and employment opportunities. The online SES collection portal is being developed to ensure better monitoring of funds collected from employers. Making the process transparent and accountable, the board is also introducing smart cards for construction workers, which will store all relevant details about them and their families. Additionally, the Labour and Employment Department is working towards providing monthly pension for workers above the age of 60, which will be implemented in the next financial year. The training institute with hostel and library facilities are also being planned for construction workers and their children's preparation for competitive exams. The department is facing certain challenges, including voluntary registration of unemployed youth, which leads incomplete data on job seekers. There is a need to make registration mandatory to get a more accurate picture of unemployment in J&K. The rise of digital technology is also reducing job opportunities in traditional sectors, making it necessary to upgrade skill development programs to match industry demands. Honourable Speaker, the Labour and Employment Department of J&K is playing a crucial role in providing employment opportunities, improving working conditions and ensuring social security for the workforce. By promoting entrepreneurship through Mission Yuva, conducting skill development programs, organizing job fairs and enhancing worker welfare, we are empowering the people of Jammu Kashmir to build a better future. Omar Abdullah government remains committed to creating more jobs, providing financial security to workers and improving workplace conditions. With these efforts, we will ensure that economic progress and social justice go hand in hand, benefiting both job seekers and the labour force in J&K. क्या करा श्यामला शर्मा ने जान ही देता थोड़ा जवाब मारे किधर गया मंत्री जरा मंत्री Honourable Speaker sir, skill development इन्ना कमजोर नहीं कि पानी पियांगा तो पानी पिलांगा ठहर जाओ Honourable Speaker sir, skill development the Department of Skill Development in Jammu and Kashmir is working tirelessly to provide quality education, training programs and skill development in various fields including engineering, technology and management. It offers both formal and non-formal training opportunities to help individuals, particularly the youth, gain valuable skills and qualifications that are recognized nationally and internationally. This in turn improves their chances of securing decent jobs, strengthen the economy and help combat unemployment. To take these efforts forward, the government created a separate mission directorate for skill development in 2016 with the aim of empowering youth by providing them with the right skills for career growth, entrepreneurship and sustainable employment. One of the major achievements of the department is that 83 trade units previously affiliated only with State Council for Vocational Training are now recognized by the National Council for Vocational Training. This change makes 1,800 additional students eligible for national trade certificates, which is valued worldwide. Now 50 out of 53 government industrial training institutes in J&K are NCVT affiliated, and more than 9,000 ITI trainees have been successfully migrated to Skill India Digital Hub portal. The department has also aligned 3-year diploma courses with new education policy NEP 2020 and National Skill Qualification Framework NSQF guidelines, ensuring that students receive updated education relevant to industry needs. Additionally, 7 heritage trade courses from J&K have been adopted at the national level under the Craftsman Training Scheme, allowing students to receive formal training in traditional skills while earning nationally recognized certificates. To boost employment opportunities, placement drives were organized in various polytechnics where 15 companies visited and 261 students received job offers. The department also conducted 2 industry academia meets, one in Jammu and other in Kashmir, to strengthen collaboration between educational institution and industry. Under the Hunar Se Rozgar program, over the last 2 years, more than 1,000 candidates have been trained in short-term programs at the Food Craft Institute, FCI Jammu, with 75% of them securing jobs. Furthermore, 90 trained individuals have started their own business in the hospitality and sector, creating employment opportunities for others as well. The government ITI Srinagar has been upgraded to model ITI, where existing trades such as electrician, digital photography, tourist guide, computer, hardware and network maintenance, electronic machines, refrigeration and AC technician, welder, diesel mechanic, plumber and health and sanitary inspectors have been modernized. Additionally, new trades such as solar technician, electrical, smartphone technician, app tester and IoT technician, smart city have been introduced to keep pace with evolving industry demands. The department also established 4 ICT labs under the STRIVE scheme, which have helped in the training and capacity building of 396 officers. Alongside modern infrastructure and updated curriculum are being introduced. In polytechnic colleges under central sponsored scheme, CSS, setting up of new polytechnics. Several digital initiatives have been launched to improve skill development. A management information system, MIS portal, is being developed to connect skilled workers with industries. This online platform will act as a bridge between job seekers and employers, allowing businesses to post job openings and find qualified candidates. A centralized academic monitoring and improvement system, CAMIS, has also been introduced to track student performance, enhancing academic quality and improve teacher-student interaction. Additionally, an online ranking system for ITIs and polytechnics has been launched, along with a fully digital ITI admission process that generates selection list automatically. The apprenticeship training scheme has also been great progress, with 540 active establishments currently training 477 apprentices. Similarly, 3,048 candidates identified under the Back to Village program have received training at various ITIs. Special attention has also been given to women in empowerment, with 7,851 women from self-help groups trained under different programs. Under the Sankalp Initiative, 2,867 candidates have received skill training through district skill committees, and 7,000 women have been trained under the recognition of prior learning program in collaboration with Central University Jammu and University of Kashmir. Certification for training programs at FCI Jammu has also been made QR code based, making it one of the few institutions in India to adopt this system. Jammu and Kashmir has excelled under the PM Vishkarma scheme with 1,18,293 out of 1,34,535 registered beneficiaries successfully trained, making J&K the second-ranked region in the country. Under this scheme, additionally under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana PMKVY, thousands of youths have been trained and certified in skill development program in the India Skill 2024 competition. 22% from J&K completed 20 skill categories, winning 3 gold medals, 4 bronze medals, and 6 medallions of excellence. 3 winners even represented India in the World Skill competition in France. Looking towards the future, the Food Craft Institute Jammu is set to be upgraded to the Institute of Hotel Management, allowing it to offer a 3-year degree in Hotel and Hospitality Administration. The Ministry of Tourism, Government of India has committed rupees 11.75 crores in this project, while the J&K government will contribute rupees 10.79 crores, a new initiative focused on global employment opportunity. It also being launched in collaboration with NSDS International to provide specialized training for overseas job. Additionally, 3,000 women from self-help group will be trained in entrepreneurship to improve their financial status. Honorable Speaker, sir, Umar Abdullah government is fully committed to empowering the youth of Jammu and Kashmir for providing them with the skill and opportunities needed to secure meaningful employment and contribute to the economic growth of the region. Through technical training, new age courses, industry collaborations and digital innovations, the government is ensuring that our workforce is prepared for challenges of the modern job market. With these initiatives, the Skill Development Department will continue to transform lives, strengthen the economy and create a brighter future for our youth. Honorable Speaker, sir, आज जो बात शुरू की थी वो सिर्फ शब्दों का सिलसिला नहीं, एक जज्बा था, एक इरादा था। हमने तारीख के सफ़र देखे हैं, दुख भी झेला है, उम्मीद भी रखी है, मगर जो मिट्टी अपने लोगों से मोहब्बत करती है वो कभी हार नहीं मानती है। आज हमने इरादों के साथ आगे बढ़ने का अज़म रखते हैं। जो रास्ते रुक गए थे उन्हें फिर से खोलेंगे, जो ख्वाब अधूरे रह गए थे उन्हें अंजाम तक पहुंचाएंगे, और जो आवाज़ कभी दब गई थी उसको तारीख का हिस्सा बनाएंगे। चिराग बुझते भी हैं मगर रोशनी नहीं रुकती, जो राह इंसाफ की हो वो कभी अधूरी नहीं रहती। जम्मू और कश्मीर का मुस्तकबिल रोशन है, ये मिट्टी का मकाम बुलंद है। आज नहीं तो कल मगर नया सवेरा जरूर आएगा, जरूर आएगा। ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, मैं ऑनरेबल मेंबर से रिक्वेस्ट करूं जिन्होंने कट मोशन लगाए कि वो अपने कट मोशन विड्रॉ करें।
आपकी तरफ से 26 ऑनरेबल मेंबरान की तरफ से कट मोशन हमें मिली थी। 26 में से एक सजादगंज लोन साहब इस वक्त प्रेजेंट नहीं है, तो इसलिए 25 हैं। 25 जो हैं उनके नाम मैं पढ़ता हूं। मिस्टर मोहम्मद यूसुफ तारिगामी, श्री बलवंत सिंह मनकोटिया, मिस्टर निजामुद्दीन भट्ट, श्री पवन कुमार गुप्ता, श्री राजीव जसरोटिया, श्री शक्ति राज परिहार, श्री रणबीर सिंह पठानिया, डॉक्टर देवेंद्र कुमार मनियाल, श्री विक्रम रंधवा, मीर मोहम्मद रंधवा आई एम सॉरी रंधावा एक्सक्यूज मी, मुझे प्रोनाउंसिएशन करना नहीं आएगा। आइंदा गलती नहीं करूंगा, आइंदा ठीक पढ़ूंगा। रंधावा शेख खुर्शीद अहमद, मिस्टर रफीक अहमद नायक, श्री कुलदीप राज दुबे, मिस्टर वहीदुर रहमान परा, श्री अरविंद गुप्ता, श्री युद्धवीर सेठी, डॉक्टर नरेंद्र सिंह रैना, डॉक्टर राजीव कुमार भगत, डॉक्टर सुनील भारद्वाज, श्री सतीश शर्मा, श्री मोहनलाल, ठाकुर रणधीर सिंह, श्री दर्शन कुमार, श्री सुरेंद्र कुमार, मिस शगुन परिहार। अच्छा, ये भी एब्सेंट है, तो 24 हैं। 24 ऑनरेबल मेंबरान जो हैं, मैं उनसे गुजारिश करूंगा कि अगर उनमें से कोई प्रेस करना चाहता है